Wells Fargo Outrigger Challenge and Luau. That'll be on Saturday, April the 30th, right here at Crown Point Shores. To find out more, check with www.holidaybowl.com for more information. We've had some great racing here at the San Diego Crew Classic 2011. And if you'd like to take home a souvenir of the outstanding day here, please stop by the merchandise tent and you may purchase an individual DVD of an individual race that has been run. Not only today's racing, but yesterday's as well. They only cost $15. They're available at the merchandise tent out near the main entrance for the Crew Classic 2011. An exciting souvenir DVD of any race you choose, available at the merchandise tent.
Official results from the Men's Copley Cup Grand Final. Win for Cal in 5:54. Second, Stanford, 5:57. Third, Michigan, 6:08. Fourth, Oregon State, 6:11. Fifth, UC San Diego, 6:13. And sixth, Temple, 6:14. Next two finals are the Cal Cup, women and men. This is the second tier event for Collegiate 8s at this regatta.
At the starting line, event number 78, Women's Collegiate Varsity 8 Grand Final. Lane 1, Sacramento State. Lane 2, Kansas State University. Lane 3, the University of Tulsa. Lane 4, Georgetown University. And lane 5, Stanford. Lane 6, University of Alabama. Past the 100-meter mark, the early leader, Sacramento State, lane 1. Very close. Not more than 2 seats separate all 6 crews. Going through the upstrokes now of the high race start and getting ready for the big shift down to the race pace, establishing that rhythm, making sure that that emphasis on the finish is there to give the boat the best possible speed across the water. Current leader, Kansas State, the Wildcats in lane 2 with that white shell, pokes their bow out. After them in lane 3, the Golden Hurricanes, University of Tulsa. Third position, the early leader, Sacramento State. Then out to lane 5, Stanford University. Then back in to lane 4, Georgetown. Sixth position, University of Alabama. Crews now approach the 500-meter mark. Leader, Kansas State, lane 2. Then it's University of Tulsa. Then it's Sacramento State. Then Stanford University, lane 6, Alabama. And that 6th spot, the Hoyers from Georgetown.
Women's Collegiate Varsity Grand Final. This is the SeaWorld Cup. And lane assignments off to the early lead. Sacramento State now faded. They are in lane number 1. Kansas State, our current leader, is in lane 2. Tulsa is in lane 3. Georgetown comes out of lane 4. Stanford University lightweight crew in lane number 5. And the University of Alabama in lane number 6.
There was some very close racing in the heats of this event. Kansas State certainly seemed to be the form crew based on those times, but they were very closely challenged by Stanford lightweights, and the University of Tulsa also did a comparable time, as did the University of Alabama.
Nobody has lost contact so far, with the possible exception of Sacramento State. They got off to a great start and then seemed to run into trouble almost right away. What the cause of it is unknown, but they got off to a good start, challenging Kansas State for the leadership. But right now it is Kansas State continuing on the lead. But in the middle, they have to watch out for Tulsa and then move outside to Georgetown, Stanford, and all the way outside. Alabama has moved on the outer edge of their lane.
They've just come through the 1,000 meter mark, and essentially all crews seem to be in touch with each other. Nobody's really broken free of this race. So we could be in for a very, very hard tussle in the final 1,000 meters. If any crew's fallen back a little bit, it might be Georgetown.
Battle royal right now going on between Tulsa and Kansas State on the lead. Got to watch out on the outside now, without regard to the fact that Alabama seemed to have moved out to the outer edge of their lane. They're still moving along smoothly on the outside, as well as Stanford. In the middle, it looks like Tulsa may have taken over our lead. Kansas State dropping back. And along the shoreline, it is Sacramento State.
Looks like Alabama are putting in a huge challenge in on the outside.
They've certainly made a move as they cross through the 1,000 meter mark.
Kansas State might have just faded a little bit. They're certainly coming under pressure from Tulsa. And there's a huge challenge coming from Alabama, closely tracked themselves by Stanford's lightweights.
On the outside, Alabama. Stanford to their inside shoulder. Then back to our early leader, University of Tulsa.
Certainly seems as though Tulsa and Kansas State are going stroke for stroke, bow ball to bow ball. And we're really seeing a huge challenge coming in on the outside from Alabama and Stanford lightweights.
Off the pace right now is Georgetown and the early leader, Sacramento State. On the outside, it is the Crimson Tide, Alabama, on the move. Tulsa and Stanford trying to argue with their position. And Kansas State seems to have picked it up a bit and gotten back into the hunt. Sacramento State and Georgetown also ratcheting up a little bit, but they have quite a bit of ground to make up. On the outside, it is Alabama. Alabama made their move at the 1,000 meter mark and kind of snuck up on everybody, sneaking along the way outside in lane number 6. This is Alabama and Tulsa, with Kansas State trying to get back into it, and Stanford on the outside, trailing Georgetown and Sacramento State. On the outside, it is Alabama. Alabama on the outside with about a 4-seed lead over now Tulsa, with Kansas State coming on. Stanford trying to make a move. Alabama now being shadowed and hard charged by Tulsa. Tulsa trying to get back into it. It's Alabama on the outside, Tulsa inside, with Kansas State trying to get in. Stanford is fading a little bit, and Sacramento State and Georgetown. In the middle, it's Tulsa. On the outside, it is University of Alabama. Alabama on the outside, looks like they may sneak up and get it. Alabama, Tulsa, Kansas State, we'll look at it again. An outstanding finish as we come through with Georgetown and Sacramento State.
Yes, Alabama took the lead in the final 500, a bit before maybe. They hang on here. They defend the charge from Tulsa. Kansas State in 3rd. The Stanford lightweights in 4th. And then we're just going to see, I think, Georgetown just get there over Sacramento State for the final position.
Great heart shown by all of the women in the Women's Collegiate Varsity Grand Final. The SeaWorld Cup just contested. And once again, mention the DVDs available at the merchandise tent featuring any of the races that you would like to have during the 2-day event here in San Diego. But that particular event, the SeaWorld Cup, the Women's Collegiate Varsity Grand Final, certainly was a stellar race by all involved.
Just a reminder that the Ballast Point beer garden is now open, serving craft